Namaskar, I am Mohan Shanai, son of Adyar Gopal Krishna Shanai. My mother Radha was an ideal Gowda Saraswath Brahman woman. She was an example of a woman in our community for the unique trials and tribulations a woman underwent in the 20th century. During the wedding ceremonies and festivities, the darkness of the nights was dispelled using oil lamps. Flame torches were also used for lighting. Well water was used for drinking and other purposes. Drinking water was stored in earthenware water jugs. Palm leaves and flowers were used for decorations. Women were dressed up with flowers in their hair, expensive jewelry, and gorgeous sari dresses. Ceremonies were held for 6 days and 7 nights. A large number of guests were entertained. Cooks were busy grinding masalas. The cooks wore anwale or wet clothes in the kitchen. An orchestra was in attendance. There was an air of joy and celebration all around. Both Vittappa, husband of Gauri, and Panduranga, husband of Sridevi, were from Gurpur, a village situated 6 miles from Mijar on the way to Mangalore. Gurpur is a temple town, and there were frequent festivities held here with large crowds gathering for the feasts. The Varadaraja Venkateramana temple of Gurpur is of 15th century. There were frequent festivities held here with large crowds gathering for the feasts and dinner. During the nights, the car festivals were organized. Lalki processions with the idol being carried in decorated palanquins were held. Kamala and her children came to Gurpur to take part in these festivals. Gauri and Sridevi were residents of Gurpur and hosted Kamala and her children in their houses. The two elder brothers Ramachandra and Gopal Krishna grew up in this temple culture. They also attended a school in Gurpur. Once Yamuna got her girl children all married off, she could concentrate on her younger boy children, namely Ramachandra, Gopal Krishna and Padmanabha. And therefore she decided to shift her residence out of Mijar to a bigger, more populated Mangalore town where there were more opportunities of livelihood. Soon afterwards, Vittappa and Panduranga also moved to Mangalore since the Mijar-Mangalore road had been widened and a bridge was constructed over the Gurpur river in 1925. Now there was a better surface connectivity and a steam engine bus was also introduced between Mangalore and far-off places. In Mijar and surrounding villages, there are Jain families owning land and living happily. One Jain man by the name of Indra was a teacher in the local school. His daughter was a beautiful girl. Her name was Chandri. In the first part of this movie, we had seen how Charadappa, Amba's father, had danced with joy upon hearing that his wife Radhu had delivered a baby girl. But when Radhu went to her maternal home for delivery, her husband felt lonely and was looking for company, and he made friends with this Jain girl Chandri. After a while, Charadappa went missing. Chandri had also gone missing from her home. It was not difficult for the villagers to guess that Charadappa had eloped with Chandri. Soon the bad news spread like wildfire throughout Mijar village, and it was conveyed to Sampige family. Hearing the news, Radhu was greatly distressed and ashamed of herself and her husband. There was a commotion in the Mijar home of Annappa Kamath also. However, after about 6 months, Annappa Kamath, the father, received a letter from Charadappa. In the letter, he wrote that he was misguided and committed a blunder by running away with another woman while married to Radhu. He begged his parents for forgiveness and pleaded with his wife to forget about what happened. Charadappa returned to Mijar within a few days. Immediately he went to Sampige village to bring his wife and baby back to Mijar to live with him. The baby was then about 6 months old. But when he went to Sampige village, his wife and baby were not at home. Radhu conveyed a message to Charadappa that he has acted in a most shameful manner, and that his actions have made them lose all of their prestige in the community, and so she is not coming back to him anymore.